what made you choose your major?
I chose my major in psychology because it was a thought that I had for a very long time. Since I was in high school, I always loved to listen to others and just really empathize with them and understand why we are the way we are and who we really are.
Right.
Really wanted to understand the imagination and the mind.
Mm.
I was somebody in the beginning of my college journey changing my mind a lot, but
Right.
it was still in the realm of psychology. So I would start strong I think I started strong in liberal arts in community college.
Right.
And then I went to a university and decided to study criminology.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was a time I decided to study business. So I started taking all these different classes because people would tell me there's no jobs in psychology. And
that must have been confusing for you when you took all those classes.
It was because I was challenged in a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't what I wanted to do was not aligning with my prerequisites and these other courses. So I just got bored. I was just zoning out completely because I knew in my heart I needed to find what I wanted to major in. And I did that for a very long time. And again, loved talking to people, loved to understand people, just had so many questions, about why we are the way we are, what we're doing, and it was something I really cared about. I was becoming very passionate about people and wanted to really help other people find their true potential, because I struggled so much and I felt and I just finished a bachelor in psychology. It's a degree that I still think is going to take me places. I did have another career path with a master's degree, as you know, but that's another story for another day. And now I'm hoping my bachelor's degree in psychology, Bachelor of Arts specifically, is going to help me grow in Phoenixel, help me become a great career coach, life coach, create amazing content, really use those skills and passions that I developed becoming a psychology major. I really want to put them into the works to really help others like my brain was driven to do. And I think you kind of feel that way as well with your recreational therapy degree.
Yes, and how I stumbled on that was having my grandmother, as I said, being diagnosed with vascular dementia when I was 6 years old. I was sitting in the hospital at my grandfather's last basically 3 weeks of life because he had a massive heart attack right after Christmas that year, and we went to the hospital over Christmas that in 2006, and I was just typing away on the computer looking at various different degrees on what would fit me, and then I stumbled across recreational therapy. And I had just gotten in my acceptance letter from Michigan State. I got in there. I also got into Eastern. I got into Central. I got into Western. My grade point was a 3.2 from Lansing Community College.
That's awesome.
And I was pretty proud of that. And I worked very, very hard for that. With somebody who has a learning disability, a 3.2 is fabulous.
Absolutely.
Do not discourage that. So when I got all those acceptance, I stumbled across that on the computer, and it just described exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to help people, and I wanted to have fun with people and make people feel good, possibly towards the end of their lives or even everyday lives.
Recreational,
making them feel, that they can still be the people that they are, even if they, let's say they get an amputation or something like that, and you have to find a way for them to still continue to enjoy their activities. Because the one thing with recreational therapy is you are responsible for the social well-being, the emotional well-being, and the overall well-being of their health. We call that our recreational therapy triangle. And very important that you address those for the overall well-being of the patient. And I was like, oh my God, that's me. Like, and I couldn't see myself, causing or inflicting pain. I have no problem with nurses, because that was my initial focus, maybe becoming a nurse. But I get so afraid of, having to possibly, poke someone, give them a shot or something like that. And I was like, I don't know if that's for me.
Yeah.
Because I don't like shots myself, and needles and me do not mix. No, they don't. I pass out sometimes, and it's not pretty, and I need my little apple juice when I'm done.